Yeah, okay. So my small short session is about research internships on, and this session is my talk will be kind of more related to the physics and astronomy internships rather in research internships. All right, and many of you guys know me. I'm final year mechanical engineering in IIT, and I'm doing all my internships related to physics. So I don't really know why mech, but yeah. So let's dive right into it. So yeah. So first of all, I think I need to convince you why you should listen to me. So yeah, on your left, you see like there are a couple of like okay some things that I have done. So but the important ones are the ones on your right. So before I got all of these, I had tried, I think, at least like 5 times. Then that's what I got. 20% is what I got from what I tried. So, basic struggle that I had was that I didn't have any physics background. And as I wanted to do in astronomy, I think physics is a very prerequisite. So, students doing currently doing BSc in physics or having a physics minor option, as you guys, I mean, junior batch, right? You guys have at least have an option to do physics as minor. We don't even have that. So I really struggled getting any internship without any physics background. I tried to get into some courses, but my HOD later when he told me no, you'll fail, and yeah, that agitated me right to my core. I was like, you're gonna tell me I can fail? So yeah, I then applied to many programs. One of them was ICE. I didn't get selected for it. I sent cold mails to many profs. So if I would tell you, I used to like every day I used to go through the profile of a prof, stalk him basically, and every Monday morning I used to get up early at 5 o'clock and mail them. I don't know how many profs I have mailed to get an internship, but plus there was also a lot of workload in my second year, machine stuff like that. But yeah, I think I was rejected by my tax, rejected by Caltech. I got 10 more rejections for my third year internship. But that, I think if you really are enthusiastic about learning or doing something that you really are passionate about, really love, I think it is someone will recognize that and you will get into something. So I think I cannot stress on this enough, saying ki, you should, I think, rather do something that you like to do than doing something that you don't. Um yeah, so I'll be focusing more on the cold mailing and the whole entire process of it. So yeah, so I think many of us have this dilemma ki to shift. I'm from say Mech branch or Meta branch. So how, but I'm interested in physics or astro. So how do I do that? So first of all, you need to have a background. So that's the first thing that you need to do. Get yourself enrolled in some amazing online courses that are available. Even there are some good programs by IITs. IIT Madras has, I think, one on quantum mechanics, and if you get a certificate through that, I think they are also very valued by professors. Or there are multiple courses, Caltech, MIT, anything online. So get many things. But as you're trying to shift from some XYZ branch to physics or astro, should also keep in mind that it is not going to be easy. Everything get everything is going to be against you. So you have to do two things simultaneously. That was the biggest struggle, I think. And plus, research also needs like demands quite a high pointer. So you cannot neglect your academics just saying that I'm not interested in this. I don't want to do this. But you also need to keep your academics above some, I think, at least 8.5 for research. So yeah, it is definitely not easy, but yeah, if you really want to do it, I think you can. And the last point, that is, be an opportunist. I think this was something that I heard in one such talks when I was in my first year, and this guy was just telling me how to how he got some internship and like that, and he told be an opportunist. So I remember when I got into my first year, okay, some short story right here. So I got into first year, I really didn't like this, wanted to do mechanical engineering. I went to Institute of Space Science Technology through an program, but I didn't get admission at that. So I was like, okay, fine, mech, whatever. And I thought at that point of time that physics or astro would only remain as a hobby for me, and I couldn't do anything. But uh, everything is actually in your hands. So I started surfing about what all opportunities are out there for physics and astro, and I came across loads of them. So I mailed loads and loads of profs. All right. I saw their brochures. I read about profs, what they're doing, what their current projects are about. I tried reading some of them to see if I am interested, because even though I knew wanted to do something in physics or astro, I didn't know what. So I kept reading. So I think that's a good way to actually find out what you might be interested in, explore everything, and keep what you think is good and reject everything else. So that's one way. So yeah, be an opportunist. Keep on surfing. So don't stop your profs. So yeah, in the process of getting any internship, I think the first step is stalking your profs. Stalking off like crazy. I mean, not like next level crazy that they block you, but yeah, stalk them to see what their projects are currently doing, what is their score on Google Scholar, what are they taking any students like undergrads to do any projects, because some profs do announce that on their website. Okay, yeah, these students are the ones who uh, I'm doing a project with, and they can be undergrad, so you can do that. And also, one other thing that you can do is contact their PhD students, because normally professors are very busy, and they don't have time for you. So you need to reach out to them, right? It's not like campus placement where they are coming to you. You need to catch their attention some way or the other. So PhD students might be a good way to do this if the prof is very well known, and the PhD students can be contacted. And yeah, the last point right here, I think this one is really important. When you want to cold mail or get an internship, uh, make a list of universities and or profs of the field in which you are interested, and read about them, read their profile, what projects they're doing, one per day. And this will definitely help you. I think maintain a doc which says, yeah, this prof is doing this. Is he, uh, what is his email ID? Is he accepting students or whatever? And this process will take more time than you can realize. Like it took me at least 15 to 30 minutes for one prof to go through his entire profile and stuff like that. About this, I have a list of profs working in physics or astro and what field they're currently working in, and their email ID or contact and stuff. So if you guys are interested, I can share that with you. It is a pretty big list, and I think it will definitely help you all. All right. So once you find out information about the professors and maybe narrow down the list of profs according to priority, which you would like to work under. Not do not at this point keep in mind कि अरे ये तो बहुत बड़ा prof है, मुझे तो नहीं मिलेगा. Don't do whichever you think is the best prof, and just have a priority order or whatever, just a list maybe, and mail them. So I'll be talking about how to mail later and what all things do you need to add in this. But yeah, mail them, and preferably, as I said, I used to get up at 5 on Mondays and mail all the profs. So yeah, this is mostly preferable because after a weekend, a prof is generally like normally fresh. He opens his mailbox and sees your mail on the top. So I think there are more chances if you mail them early on Monday. And finally, this is also a very important step, follow, because the professor probably has some 2-3 PhD students working under him, some other courses that he is teaching undergrads or something like that, and doesn't have time for you. So you need to remind him, but not to the extent you become irritating. So I think 2 days is a very good time span after which you can send a follow-up mail. So, okay, so following up is also a very important thing to do, because like all my internships that I got was after the follow-up mail that I sent and not before. So don't get disheartened. Understand that the prof is very, very busy. Send a follow-up mail. Okay. So about 10 days later. And okay, so now coming to emails. So cold mailing, I think this is one of the most hardest part ever, cold mailing. So there are two ways how you can cold mail, either quality or quantity. You can have a template ready of your cold mail and send them to 70-80 profs. I know some of friends who did that, or just study one prof, or study as in stock, or see what that prof is really doing and have a mail crafted specially for that prof. So that is your quality. So you can increase your chances of getting an internship by either increasing your quality or your quantity. I chose the quality way. So I remember I sent like 7 mails, but I got reply from 3 of them. So I really, really focused on the quality of my mail rather than quantity for my third year internship. In my second year internship, I did go crazy and mail everyone. And yeah, I think quality or quantity is a very subjective choice. I would say that you should prefer quality, but yeah, it's your choice in the end. Then the do's and don'ts of a cold mail. All right. So the first point here is when you have a template which is for a particular field and not that prop. So as I chose the quality cold mailing part, so I did mention in every mail why I would like to work under that prop. So it would be like, maybe I found out that this project that he was doing was interesting and I was really um, enthusiastic to learn more about it. One important point that I would like to mention here is in the when you're cold mailing profs, the profs don't expect you to learn anything beforehand because you're in second year. You don't know stuff, but they just want to see if you're enthusiastic enough to know about to learn about stuff. All right. So even if you have not completed some courses or some coursework in the field to which you're applying to, but you have like enrolled in some of the related courses and are doing them right now, mention them because this shows your enthusiasm to learn more about that topic. All right. Then the next point is be concise. So don't go blabbering about, okay, I have done this. I think this should also be done, and stuff like that. Be concise. Mention in one or two sentences why that prof. And yeah, that's about it. Then the way I used to go about my mail was first I used to, in the first paragraph itself, I used to mention that I want to do a summer project under your guidance for, say, this period or whatever is done here and stuff like that in this topic. So I used to make my intentions very clear, and then I would go about saying, okay, I read up this project about uh, your in your field of interest or whatever, and yeah, then that would be it. I would attach my resume, and then that's it. I yeah, and the last part is, I think, self-explanatory. Don't doubt yourself. Don't ever let, even if you think that you are not whatever worthy enough for this project, don't ever let that reflect on your mail. Be confident about your abilities and also your enthusiasm. And yeah, that's about the do's. And the don'ts are, I think we all have heard this quite sometimes. Do not mention a skill or a project or something that you have not done, or you were a part, hardly a part of it, and you don't know what was going on in it, and stuff like that. And second point would be attach a mail tracker, because some profs really don't like when you attach a mail tracker to your mail. This is usually done out of desperation by many, because I know that it gets frustrated when you mail so many profs and none of them reply. None of them reply. So it is, I think, a kind of a move out of desperation, but you need to be patient when you're doing when you're cold mailing. You need to send follow-up mails, but don't attach a mail tracker. Instead, I think I'll mention an alternative if you want to keep track whether the prof has seen your mail or not, but don't attach a mail tracker. And the last point is made out of desperation. So when I think I did this, so when when no one is replying, and again I did started sending out mails to profs whose field of interest were something completely different other than physics or astronomy. So I was initially kind of interested in gas turbines and stuff, so I started like mailing profs who were doing this. But keep this in mind. If you get that, you will be doing something that you don't like. So I hardly I strongly suggest you don't know you don't start mail out of desperation. If you're not getting mails, it's fine. Just be patient. Make ask a senior to review your cold mail template or something. What is going wrong in it? Ask a prof maybe. They obviously have better insight that what I should change in this mail or anything. Try to get more contacts, try mailing more, but don't ever mail anyone who is not in your field of interest. Okay. So the last part is resume. So there are many online websites for this. One is Overleaf, and your resume, like Overleaf, actually, sorry, Overleaf actually has like these templates. So you can just fill out information, like fill in the blanks, and just make your own nice resume. It gives, I think, a more professional look. But it is not compulsory, and make a similar kind of resume even on Word or Google Docs, anything like that. But I prefer Overleaf. I think it's a really good tool. You can also get to learn LaTeX. So LaTeX is uh, really good when later when it comes to writing reports in any research internship that you do. So my prof did demand to write my reports, all my reports in LaTeX only, because all the papers, if you publish, are all written in LaTeX. So learning LaTeX, I think, is a really good skill that you can have. And try to emphasize on your strong points in your resume. You should categorize efficiently. Don't go on saying skills, extracurricular activities, other curriculars, club stuff, project, more projects, things like that. Categorize efficiently and understand that you don't need to put each and everything on your resume. Uh, that is your personal choice, what you keep on your resume and what not. So for me, I had done a couple of projects on gas turbines, but I was applying in physics or astronomy, so I had removed them from my resume, even though I think I had put up pretty good amount of effort in it. And also research internships need uh, when you're describing your projects, you need them to be concise, but also you should not mention what you actually did on in that project. All right. So yeah, instead of a mail tracker, what you can do is upload your resume in a Google Drive, and then in the mail attach its link. So this way you can see the activity of your drive and see whether the prof has actually seen your resume or not. Instead of mail tracker, I think this is a very good way to see whether the prof is actually interested in you or not, right? So I would just like you to see. I think my resume was like this. On this resume, I have internships. All right. So categorize efficiently, as you see here. You should mention in a maximum 3 to 4 sentences what your project was about. I the personal details, address, and stuff like that. What I did was also on LaTeX, you can hyperlink stuff to websites and all. So I did that. I thought that was really helpful, and the time span over which I did it. Right? So that's about it. That's about cold mailing and resumes. So this process, cold mailing and getting an internship, I think is very tense and very intense, and it can get to you. And you at times might think कि ये क्या कर रही हूँ मैं या क्या किधर फंस गई. I'll just quit and get a job or something like that. And but I think you should hold hold on to it. We all are there for you always. The seniors, you can always ask us for help. We have gone through the same process as you are right now, and we actually know a lot of stuff. But as in, if it was not for this session, we wouldn't have told you. So just ask us, okay? So just ask us. Just come up to us. I remember I used to just go to Deepu's room and she would tell me what all she did, and she helped me a lot in all this process. So just um, contact us, all right? And we'll help you and you'll get through. So that's about it. I think I went over time. Sorry for that. So you can contact me anytime. These are my details, and you can mail me as well. I can send you the list of profs that I had, or I have a list of all the universities that I can apply to. I have a list of, I have a template, anything that you need. We can definitely help you, or a list of courses maybe. So that's from my side. So the goal that I had in mind was that I'm not doing a job basic 9 to 5 job, and I'm doing something in research in astro. That was what goal I have in mind. I had in mind at least in second year. So it's it I think it is you cannot have a very specific goal like I want to teach or something because you don't know, right? So I think as you go through the journey you will understand, but I knew what I didn't want to do, right? And also quite a broad idea of like something in physics or astro. So even I don't know what I'm gonna do, but yeah, I think I'll understand on the way.